Tyrannosaurus Rex, more commonly known as the T-Rex, was an extremely powerful predator that lived during the late Cretaceous period, around 68 to 66 million years ago. This dino was one of the last in a long line of theropods that had been stalking Earth's surface since the very first. Dinosaurs evolved around 230 million years prior. One of the most iconic aspects of the T-Rex is its size. These truly were giants. They could reach lengths of over 13 meters and weigh as much as 500 kilograms. Their jaws could easily open up to 45 degrees, allowing them to deliver a bone-crushing bite with their teeth, measuring around 38 centimeters in length. The Smilodon fatalis, or saber-toothed cat, was the apex predator of North America during the Pleistocene epoch around 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago. They were also incredibly muscular, helping them deliver devastating blows with their massive paws. No evidence exists proving that saber-toothed cats and T-Rexes ever went head-to-head. The two animals simply lived at different times. But given the opportunity, we're willing to bet that the saber-toothed cat would come out on top. While the saber-toothed cat relied on agility and a powerful bite, the direwolf used sheer strength and stamina. But remember, these battles would have occurred towards the end of the Cretaceous period when the T-Rex had been hunted for millions of years. They would have fought against many large predators, causing them to become somewhat weary. Plus, they weren't necessarily the fastest or most agile creatures. So using a combination of brains and brawn, clever animals such as dire wolves and saber-toothed cats could have easily taken down a T-Rex. It would use its large frame to tackle the T-Rex and keep it down. Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And with the help of its powerful jaws and teeth, it would inflict massive damage to the dinosaur's skull. The dire wolf would continue biting into the T-Rex's head until it either knocked the dino out or caused fatal damage to its brain. When faced with a T-Rex, saber-toothed cat would likely rely on its agility and speed to dodge the initial attacks of the dinosaur. Its lithe frame would allow it to weave in and out of the T-Rex's snapping jaws, all while slowly draining the dino's energy. Eventually, when the T-Rex would become exhausted, the saber-toothed cat would pounce. It would leap onto the dinosaur's back and sink its razor-sharp claws into its neck. With a final screech, the saber-toothed cat would bring down its paws, crushing the vertebrae and severing the spine. It was named for its long, saber-like canine teeth, which were used mainly for delivering a killing bite to the throat of its prey. Saber-toothed cats were built more for hunting large mammals than for taking on dinosaurs. We're talking about the dire wolf. This massive canine didn't look anything like your domesticated wolf, although it was a direct ancestor to modern wolves. Dire wolves had much larger skulls and bodies, and their jaws were capable of opening at a 90-degree angle. The dire wolf was also built for endurance, meaning that it could easily chase down prey without tiring. However, given the opportunity, they certainly wouldn't shy away from the challenge. Some of the most famous of these were the Velociraptor, Spinosaurus, and of course, the mighty T-Rex. Theropods were so successful that they managed to spread across the entire planet, meaning that they were hunted by just about every large predator of their time. So you would think that after millions of years of almost constant battles with other deadly animals, the T-Rex would have evolved some sort of armor plating to protect themselves from being preyed upon. But this never happened. Instead, they remained relatively defenseless against attacks from the front. With such power behind their chomp, it's hard to imagine anything being able to stand up against these guys. But what if we told you there was an animal that not only stood up against the T-Rex, but actually killed one? Welcome to my channel. And today, we'll tell you all about the only animal that actually killed a Tyrannosaurus Rex. As we mentioned, the T-Rex was one of the last remaining theropods, which were mostly carnivorous. This brings us to our first contender for the title of the only animal that actually killed a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Smilodons were huge, standing around 1.8 meters tall at the shoulder and around 3 meters long, not including their tail. While this scenario seems likely, it's still pure speculation. However, there was another large North American predator that definitely went toe-to-toe with the T-Rex. And no, it wasn't the Smilodon. So how exactly did the dire wolf take down the mighty T-Rex? It might seem impossible for one animal to defeat such a powerful beast as the Tyrannosaurus Rex. What do you think? You believe these animals could have defeated a Tyrannosaurus Rex?